Hey everyone, this here is going to be my review for Brandon Sanderson's fourth book of the Stormlight Archive, Rhythm of War. Now, before I actually start talking about this book, I still am not super great at book reviews, so I'm going to go tell you that I watched Catherine Reed's, Murphy Napier's, Daniel Green's, Elliot Brooks's, and a number of other people's discussions on this book to kind of try and prep for this and realize that I'm just going to go for it, and if you'll want better, more cognitive thoughts by people who actually, really review books as part of what they're studying and they're learning or what their job is, then I recommend you go check out their videos, and I'll make sure I link them all down below. So, a few non-spoilery thoughts, and then I'll get into spoilers on this book as well. Firstly, I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. And really enjoyed the reading experience of it. I am planning on rereading it prior to when the Standard Fans read-along, which will also be linked down below, gets to this book, so I can be most prepared for the discussion on it, because I just tore through it so fast that there's obviously things that I 100% missed or didn't fully understand or I'm still kind of confused about that I will probably need to go back and reread to get the full picture of. Basically, a lot of things happen in this book, and I think it is a really good setup moving forward to the 5th book, and which is the end of the first arc of the Stormlight Archive that we will probably be getting in 2 to 3 years. That's typically Brandon's release schedule. I did really enjoy this. I'm going to put it down, though, for the sake of me talking with my hands and stuff, because she's very heavy. So we're going to just shove him in here so y'all can see in the middle of my penguins, but oh no. This video is going great so far. Anyways, I'll just set him down on my desk then. But basically, we get a lot of certain characters in this book that I didn't expect. We get some new perspectives in this book that I didn't really expect to get to see and hear from. And I just think that part was done super well. And we get to follow Navani a lot, and I'll get more into that in the spoiler section of this, but I had such a great time really getting to hear from her perspective, and that was just amazing, and I really enjoyed it. Additionally, Brandon, like in his previous books, does a really good job with most of the mental illnesses that his characters do have and addressing them, and I thought that was done very well. Additionally, the climax of this book was so amazing, and I definitely think that it wasn't really a Sanderlanche in a way that a lot of his other books are, in my opinion. It was kind of like there was multiple sequences of battles or high-stress situations that we got to see throughout the course of the book that just kept the pacing really well, really good and exciting for me. And yeah, I think that's all I'm going to say in the spoiler-free section of this video, but I really hope y'all, if you haven't picked it up yet, enjoy it. And please let me know your thoughts down below. And now onto the spoilers. Well, first of all, I thought it was awesome the way we really got to have Navani as a driving force in this novel, where we start at the very beginning, kind of getting to see her and Galavar's issues in their marriage and kind of how that propels the book, and Navani's whole growth that we see from her trying to just finally realize that she actually is a scholar, and kind of just getting to actually come into this role with herself was actually really cool. I really enjoyed all of the stuff we got with Kaladin and his depression and anxiety, and I really enjoyed that side of the storyline that we explored between him and his family, and him and his getting relieved from duty, so to speak. I thought it was really well done. I personally don't suffer with a lot of depression, but I do have anxiety issues, and I think the perpetual existence of the problems that they don't just get wiped away is done really well, and I kind of really enjoyed seeing him grow and continue to deal with these issues and continue to just overcome them through deep struggle. And speaking of Kaladin, I loved Syl in this book, and the fact that we got an interlude from her was super awesome, and she was definitely doing everything she could to obviously help Kaladin, and that was just lovely to see. I thought it was a great time. And we do, however, we don't get a whole lot of Adolin and Shallan and their little side journey into Shazamar. That felt very, I don't feel like I was super attached to that whole storyline in the book, and I feel like we didn't get a lot of info there, and that was I'm honestly not too mad about it. I'm not the biggest Adolin fan. I did think what they were doing is really cool and important, and obviously will probably come into bigger focus in the next book, but I didn't mind that we didn't get a whole lot of their content in this book, and I know that's gonna bother some people, but I love Shallan. I think her, like, true descent into this multiple personalities thing that was really cool. I don't know honestly how well it was done. I don't have a lot of knowledge or experience with this disease to kind of judge it appropriately. But I thought it was really cool just kind of getting to see the personalities within her war with itself, and I do think that going forward, hopefully it gets touched on more and built on more, because I do think the whole formless experience and the resolution was pretty quick. I don't know how accurate that is, but I'd love to see more explored on that. And Adolin and his trial was definitely interesting. Not, again, I didn't really care about it that much because I was much more concerned with what was happening back in Erythru. Again, still can't pronounce that name, but I was much more concerned with what was happening there. So getting these jogovers was like, I don't want to hear what's going on here. Like, they're not going to kill him. It's going to be fine. And I just want to go back to where all the action is. And the book being titled Rhythm of War, I think was really cool because the book itself, I felt like we learned a whole lot more about the lore of both this world, Roshar, and the entire Cosmere. We got a name for Wit/Hoid. That was super cool. And I do think that a lot of the stuff that we got with the Parshendi culture and the planet itself, what was very cool in terms of the lore and the world building, that was stellar. I wasn't super invested in some of the flashbacks with Venli and Ashonai. I really did like Venli's parts and her like present day stuff that we got in this book. I wasn't like super invested in the flashbacks with the Parshendi. They were like really well done. I thought it really, again, added to the world, but they're still the bad guy in my mind, even though we know that the Radiance and the very first, the very first of the wars and things, well, the people was the Radiance and the humans invading this planet. So even with that knowledge, I still was like, but they're the bad guys because I love my babies that we've gotten to meet. So I think this is really good setup for maybe some more, like, feelings of hope and stuff and caring more. I obviously care a lot about the singers that we got to see, and those are really cool to do, and kind of seeing like Relane's journey. I can't pronounce his name, but the Parshendi who was in Bridge 4 and how he felt about a lot of this was very interesting, and I really enjoyed that. And I do think Rhythm of War did a great job with. I read the whole book in like 4 days, I think, and I really did enjoy it coming straight off of my reread of the other 3 books, because I finished Oathbringer. Y'all should have been able to witness my vlog. If you haven't, I'll see if I can put a little timestamp up here for it at this point. The vlog I did for that, I finished reading the book and immediately started this, so it was a nice, very smooth transition, and I think it really helped me in processing everything that was happening in this book because everything was very fresh from the last book. Okay, I'm trying to remember the other characters. Yasna was really cool. I liked seeing her experience with like becoming the king or queen in this case, but kind of just taking over full power for Althcathar. My pronunciations are not on point, y'all. It's fine. I thought like her journey and all of that and everything with her and her spren and Wit was just really fun to see, and it was very interesting to me. Dalinar got obviously a much less present role in this book in comparison to Oathbringer, which I think I noticed such a stark difference because Oathbringer was so much Dalinar. It honestly felt like a nice break from Dalinar, and the parts that we did get to see of him, because they were much less frequent, were more exciting to me, and I was happier to be reading it than when I was in Oathbringer, which I will still maintain as my least favorite book. I don't quite know where Rhythm of War ranks with the other books yet. I just still believe I don't like Oathbringer as much. And I think something we got to talk about is the villain, which is Odium, and the twist that we got at the end was spectacular with Targaryen. Again, I have no idea if I'm pronouncing his name right, but I really did enjoy that whole thing where he... it's really hard to explain, but in like words that make any sense probably to y'all, but my God, I love that, and I'm really excited about book 5 because of that happening at the very end. I thought it was just enough to name a few other characters and things that they did in the book real quick. R.I.P. Teft. Oh, that hurt my heart. I like was groaning. I finished the book this morning, so I've only had a few hours to sit in this. But anywho, that hurt my whole heart and soul. And then Kaladin spiraling after that was not good. It was just, I think, specifically sad because we had seen so much growth from Teft recently in the book, so that was a real bummer. Zeth was cool. And that's about all I can say. I love Nightblood is the name of the sword. I realized in my vlog for Oathbringer I was saying it wrong. I was calling it Nightshade, which is a song by the Lumineers. Oops. Nightblood is always... I laugh every time we hear the sword talk and everything. There was basically this book is a lot, and I really recommend you go and watch all the fun people I've linked down below, and their much more cognitive thoughts on all of this. But I really did enjoy it. 5 out of 5 stars, and I honestly want to reread it, but I have to go like pass it to my family members who are also reading the series because I read it first. So I think I'm going to let it sit for a while. I might come back and do another video when I reread this again in... I think the Sandra Friends read-along is getting to this in February or March, so whenever we get around to this, I will be rereading it, and I'm excited to do that and really kind of actually process this book and get to spend a lot more time in it. Going forward, I did tell y'all when I finished Rhythm of War, I'd put out a Cosmere video, because I've read all of those guys up there. I am planning on doing that. When will you get it? Unclear. I would expect that in the new year, because it's going to take some work for me to put together, but that will be coming soon. And yeah, I will hopefully, this video should come out before my December TBR. So I'm excited to like take a little break from fantasy and continue reading some of the classics I have on the agenda. And then maybe try out a new series I can bang out that only has 3 books and they're all out. I'm thinking I'm going to try and do the Liza Locke Lamora this December before I skip myself back into the Wheel of Time Well. Anyways, thank you for watching my Rhythm of War review. Also, this book cover is beautiful. Just in case y'all haven't seen the physical book yet, I'm going to show you a few things. Inside the dust jacket, we get Brandon's face, but also the super awesome map and all of the symbols of the Radiance. And the book itself is purple, which is cool. There's a nice engraving here. I don't think you can see on camera, but I really did like the end paper art. I also got the signed version because if I was already going to spend $30, what's another $5 or so? And then the other end papers in the back are also awesome. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching my Rhythm of War review. Leave comments, leave your thoughts down below. Try not to be too spoilery in the comment section in case people only came to check out the first chunk of this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Like, subscribe, do the things.